We've waited a long time to watch this building come up out of the ground. I'm here with Daniel Bakioki, whom you've met before in these videos, and we're going to be giving you a weekly update. Behind us is something very exciting. Daniel, explain generally about what we got going on here.
Well, in a nutshell, this is phase one. It is our event center. Eventually the building, we hope to use it in missions and manufacturing, but for the foreseeable future, it's going to be our event center. Roughly 12,000 square feet, will house 500 people along with some additional activity for the various workshops and events we hope to have.
We really were blessed by God preparing for this. We had to meet with a lot of municipal bodies, and that just went bang, bang, bang.
We did. We passed, we got our special use permit, we got our rezoning. So ultimately going forward, we have all the municipal approvals outside of building permits that we need to be able to complete the campus plan.
To do everything in the master plan. I mean, this is just unfathomable. When I was at Village Pastoring, we put offers on 3 pieces of property and we ran into dead ends over and over again. But in a period of weeks, slightly more than a month, we watched all of those barriers fall down. We acquired the property in an unusual way. And now the building's going up in record time. The Amish are here building it. Your company's general contracting it. And why don't we walk around and look at some of this and get a little more update on the specifics of what's happening behind us. This is a lot of dirt, Daniel, and I notice when I walk on it, it's kind of spongy. Talk to us about the problem we have with our soils.
Well, soils consist of clay. Unfortunately, in this particular situation, this clay was the result of the construction spoils, probably for the roadway that was dumped along here. And we knew we were going to have these unsuitable soils. That's what they're called. We can't build on top of them. We had to remediate the unsuitable soils, and so they're piled up along here, and we're actually moving them to the other part of the site. And we had to use a system of sand and gravel to build up the bearing capacity, and we have passed all the geotechnical survey testing, and obviously our walls are going up.
Now they come out many times in this process and make sure what we're building on is stable.
Exactly. Part of it is making sure we have bearing capacity, and then as we backfill, they make sure that we have what we call a proctor, which is the percentage of compaction that the soil can achieve.
Now these walls we're looking at right here, they're pretty tall. How tall are they going to be?
Well, the ceiling inside the building is going to be 20 feet tall.
Okay.
There's parts on the business side which will be 10 feet, and then there's the mechanical mezzanine, and then on the other side of the building where we have our vestibule, we have 10-foot ceiling with just mono trusses. But inside the event center itself, we're going to have 20-foot ceilings.
Oh, that'd be nice. All right, let's go look. Now, Dan, you said this building's going to have more than one use. We're going to start out as a convention center and an office suite, but it's going to turn into a trade center and a kind of a place for our young people to make and do things. Exactly. So you're designing these walls a little different. Explain that to us.
Correct. And in fact, we have evidence of it right on this wall where you can see the upper header is uniform with the rest of the building. And then there's another 24-inch tall wood member. And that is because we hope to eventually, as we convert this to a trade school manufacturing building, take out some of these posts and put some big old overhead doors.
So Dan, I noticed that this is the only wall that's not up here. Is there a story here?
There is. You know, God has provided us amazing blessings, but at the same time, with every mission effort, there's going to be some challenges. And we had this wall built and braced off, and 2 weeks ago, a pretty good sized wind came through and decided to take the wall over. So we have worked to reestablish the anchoring mechanisms, and we had to switch to an epoxy system versus a mechanical fastener. They're in place, and tomorrow the posts go back up, and we don't miss a beat. We just keep on going.
God spared for anybody from getting hurt?
Nobody was hurt, and ultimately it really didn't take much in terms of time, but it certainly keeps us aware that the devil is going to put hurdles in front of us, but God gives us the resources to overcome them.
So I see the new anchor points are in place. I see the beams are here, and it'll be the 4th wall, which will make this actually look like a building. Now, Dan, I didn't know how big this spot in the building was going to be. What are we standing in?
This is the vestibule. It's 16 feet wide, 88 feet long.
So Dan, you're telling me we could hold small seminars here, we could feed people here. This is a lot bigger than I ever imagined it was going to be.
Exactly. You know, part of the idea of this building, it's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. You can use it for many different purposes. And this space here is oversized a little bit just to afford us a little bit more activity.
That's great. So there's going to be an entrance at this end of this vestibule. There'll be an entrance at the back end. It'll be a great mixing place. So when the meetings are going on in there, there'll be room for a few hundred people, even out here, to be talking.
Exactly. The auditorium holds roughly 500 people, but the vestibule actually holds another 160 people.
I'm looking forward to it. August 20 to 22 is the opening. Please pray that the building's done. If it's not done, we're going to be on site with some big tents. We're going forward no matter what. But wouldn't it be exciting to be using the building that weekend? All right, so this is going to be one of the most relaxing spaces in the whole building. What is this and why is it going to be so nice?
Well, this is our west portico, and this is where the fellowship begins. Visitors get dropped off, or they certainly enter through this space. We'll have benches where they can gather. They'll be able to enter through the vestibule and on into the auditorium. But this is a weather protective area in which people can gather and socialize. The fellowship opportunities begin even before we get into the building.
It's going to be exciting. This is the building, and week by week, we're going to meet and give you updates on what's happening. Things are going to move quickly now, so stay tuned. And any advice to the watchers?
Yeah, anticipate some exciting pictures and videos coming up.
It's coming quick, friends. Thank you so much for your prayers and your support. Please go to our website, ami365.org. And most of all, we look forward to seeing as many of you as possible August 20 to 22 for our grand opening. God bless.